Daisy, and today I'm going to be presenting to you guys emotions. Okay. Have you ever studied the emotions of others or wondered why we go through a variety of emotions and what influences those emotions? Because I know I have. Studying those emotions from others is an interesting topic because we may ask ourselves, what influences emotions? What are the emotions worldwide? Are they the same or different? And how may emotions influence perception? Our typical emotions are anger, anxiety, content, disgust, fear, gratitude, happiness, joy, and guilt. I have gone through a variety of emotions myself. For example, if I hear good news, I'm going to be super excited with all smiles. If I get bad news, I will remain pretty quiet and neutral with my emotions. A time when I showed a variety of emotions would be when a patient of ours was not happy with certain tasks that were performed on their appointment date. And the patient was extremely angry. Well, in this case, I did show emotion of concern for the patient and a sympathetical face expression, whereas someone else may react differently and show annoyed emotion or angry emotions toward the patient's complaint. Depending on the situation, that will help shape your emotions towards that experience. Emotions can also have a strong effect on your body by increasing heart rate, raising blood pressure, slowing digestion. And while we're speaking about emotions, we will gain some knowledge over what influences emotions, different emotions worldwide, and how emotions influence perception. What influences emotions? Personality, culture, biological, sexual, sex and gender, power, social conventions, social roles, fear of disclosure, and emotional contagion are many influences of emotions. We will now review a couple of these influences further in depth now. Personality can trigger emotion by either being extroverted or introverted. Culture can influence emotion either through data we receive or how we perceive that of a different race. When it comes to biological sex and gender, women have better memory of certain images. Given them a wide variety of emotions, men tend to have few memory, a positive outcome to experiences, giving them positive emotions. Emotional contagion is obviously any emotions that can be contagious from someone else. Psychologists define emotions as a combination of cognitions, feelings, and actions. Your fight or flight reactions helps tremendously with emotions by saving you in certain instances by reacting and using those reactions for emotions. According to ScienceHowStuffWorks.com, having the emotions love and lust give you the desire to reproduce. Okay, so emotions worldwide. As emotions can be the same worldwide, they can also be different. For instance, when identifying faces, East Asian participants focus on the central region of the face, around the nose, giving more importance to the eyes and gaze. West Caucasian participants, on the other hand, expected signals of facial expressions of emotion from the eyebrows and the mouth region. It is crazy to think parts of the countries throughout the world use certain characteristics to identify faces and focuses on certain facial expressions to deliver emotions. From now on, I'll be focused on analyzing the facial regions of others rather than just focusing my attention towards the emotions being given. How do emotions influence perception? While emotions can be the same or vary throughout different countries, emotions can also have an influence in one's personal perception. According to U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health, emotions have a close relationship with our sensory perceptions, especially that of sight, sight of our four senses, it can be pretty obvious that this is the key component of of it influencing our emotions, because this is the first sense we have of certain events going on. So how is it that emotions, whether they are negative or positive, influence our perception of the world? According to Nicholas J. Kelly and Brandon J. I can't pronounce the name, sorry. The U.S. National Library of Medicine gives us a pretty good example of this. When a person encounters a threat, they may experience fear. Fear has been associated with heightened arousal, negative or aversive subjective experience, and recognizable facial expression, including widened eyes and an open mouth. Bad experience can trigger nasty emotions such as fear, disgust, depression. Good experiences will obviously bring good emotions. So to wrap this up, emotions can vary from person to person. We go through a variety of emotions, from being content, angry, sad, depression, being laughable, along with what we learned about influencing emotions and the emotions worldwide and how emotions influence perception. They can also raise diversity, power, social conventions, social roles, personality, etc. can have a big influence on emotions. And there's different countries that study the certain regions of a person's face to go ahead and interpret that emotion.